Hey everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel. It is Sunday, May the 25th. I have been in the hospital since May the 11th. All my little stuff over there, Rye over here. Before we get into the story and the title, we'll go a little bit further back in time to the beginning of April. When I'd pulled a slip, I'd been working for about a month. I went on days off. Oh, and during that month, or during the first 3 weeks and a bit of that month, I'd been walking 8 to 10 kilometers every day. Went home on days off and came back on April the 27th, and all of a sudden, like literally all of a sudden, walking into a wall kind of thing. I'm having to stop and rest and catch my breath 3 times in the space of 1 kilometer. So something was definitely not right. Another employee on site encouraged me to go to first aid, and I went up to first aid and my pulse was at 160 beats per minute. So just a little high. So that ended up being a trip back home real quick to the doctors and a bunch of other tests and yada, yada, yada. Turns out I had arterial fibrillation. Hopefully I'm actually saying that right. Going on. My heart, instead of receiving 1 signal to beat, was receiving 2. We'll pass through, or we'll skip over a bunch of other stuff and go on May the 11th. I woke up and was basically just hyperventilating, trying to breathe. So I got Buddy to bring me to the hospital, and I figured it was my COPD or something like that. Just because I'd been a heavy smoker for 30 plus years, working in a welding fab shop for 15. So I just figured it was COPD kicking in pretty hard. Get to the emergency room, or get to the emergency area of the hospital, go to get admitted. They hooked me up to a machine. My pulse, I think, was like 151 or something like that. And they said, yeah, you're going to emergency right now. That was the first time they killed me. Right away, day 1, they wanted to try and stabilize my heart. So basically what they did was they stuck a couple of big pads to me, and basically like a light switch on and off, electrocute my heart to try and reset it. Well, that didn't work. Oh, and at one point or another, I also got x-rayed that I don't remember having done, but turns out that I had pneumonia as well. So not only arterial fibrillation, but pneumonia as well. As basically a heart attack waiting to happen, or looking for the littlest excuse. I spent 2 days in ER, got transferred down to isolation. They wanted to make sure I didn't have anything that was going to be pass-onable to any of the other patients. But I did have a little bit of freedom. I could walk around some, not a lot. yeah, at one point or another, I walked from the isolation unit down to the cafeteria. They were mad at me for that because by the time I got back to my bed again, my pulse was 181. So yeah, that's not so good. They were a little upset with me for that. Um, think. At some point or another, I can't remember exactly when anymore, but I think a little while after the pneumonia had finished clearing up, they decided they were going to electrocute me again in an effort to try and stabilize my pulse. That still didn't work. They sent me for a echocardiogram. Basically, they did an ultrasound on my heart, and even being as untrained as I am, I could look at it and go, that just doesn't look right. Just because you could see a picture of it up on the screen, and it didn't look right. But anyways, bunches of tests, more mucking about with medical or what's the word I want here? Medicine dosages for pills to control my heart rate, my blood pressure, a blood thinner so I didn't develop any clots because my heart wasn't pumping properly. It still isn't, by the way, but that's a little bit later on. So on Friday, they did a second ultrasound on my heart, but they did that one from the inside, which means they numbed my throat up, stuck a tube down my throat, and did the ultrasound from the inside instead of the outside. Determined that I didn't have any clotting going on in my heart, stuff like that. So they electrocuted me again. And that time it actually fixed my pulse. I now have a normal pulse again. I've been in the hospital for the last few days while they're tweaking my med dosages, because I think I'm going to end up on like about 6 or 7 different types of pills once this is over and done with. And there's going to be all kinds of follow-up stuff. Let's see what else. At some point or another, they're going to want to do another ultrasound. Apparently, one of my valves in my heart isn't working properly. So that's a potential down the road issue to deal with. But yeah, I'm sort of really, really briefly summarizing this. But yeah, it's been a less than fun 2 weeks in the hospital. But anyways, that's about it for this. Sorry it's a little kind of grim, and I'm kind of leaving out a lot of stuff. I don't want this to be too long, and there's way too much technical stuff even I don't understand. Oh, and I've lost like 3 kilos since I got here, and I'm already skinny enough to begin with. But that's about it for now. If I have any other updates of significance, I'll let you know. But if you've made it this far, thanks. Hit the like button, maybe share. If you haven't subscribed, if you did subscribe, that'd be cool. Because most of my stuff is usually more cheerful than this. And we'll see you on the next one. Okay, take it easy, and we'll chat with you later.